There is a disinfectant that kills germs faster than bleach, and it is just water. No toxic residue, safe on food contact surfaces, no burning lungs, and when it's finished, it turns back into plain water and oxygen. I am not selling this, and I'm not affiliated with anyone who is. After 14 years of running a commercial cleaning company and calling out greenwashing, I thought this sounded like absolute nonsense too. But once you understand the chemistry and see how it compares head to head with bleach, you understand why hospitals and food facilities are already using it. Let me show you how it works exactly. But first, let me be clear, this isn't magic. It is very good at some jobs, not at others, and I'll show you both. So, what is stabilized aqueous ozone, or SAO? Let's strip it right back. You start with ordinary tap water, nothing special. You run it through a device. Some are small enough to fit in your hand, and others are wall-mounted commercial units that uses a diamond electrode and electricity to convert oxygen, either from the air or already dissolved in the water, into ozone. That's O3 instead of the O2 we breathe. So 3 oxygen atoms instead of the 2 oxygen atoms we breathe. During COVID, like everyone in the cleaning industry, I was frantically looking for effective, reliable disinfectant. But I'm also obsessive about equipment efficiency and sustainability. So one of our suppliers recommended this technology to me. And I'll be honest, my first reaction was, this is probably just another gimmick trying to cash in on the pandemic. But then I looked at the science and I was convinced. Ozone is an incredibly unstable molecule. That third oxygen atom is desperate to break free. And when it does, it aggressively attacks anything organic in its path, being bacteria, viruses, mold, grease, dirt, and rips it apart at the molecular level. That process is called oxidation. After ozone does the job, it doesn't leave behind toxic chemicals or residue. It simply reverts back to plain water and oxygen. That's it. No rinsing required, no harmful byproducts, just H2O and oxygen. But there is a problem with regular aqueous ozone. It is incredibly short-lived. We are talking 10 to 30 minutes before it breaks down. That's useless for real-world cleaning. That is where the stabilized part comes in. Through a patented process, usually involving a cartridge that removes selected minerals from the water, manufacturers can extend the active life of the ozone. Quality systems maintain sanitizing power for up to 24 hours and cleaning effectiveness for up to 6 days. So, you can fill a spray bottle, a mop bucket, or even a scrubber dryer and use it throughout the day without losing its effectiveness. Now, you might think this sounds like expensive commercial equipment. It's not. You can get a handheld version, looking like this, for home use. I'll show you exactly what does that look like and what it actually costs you later in this video. Before you roll your eyes and think this is just another cleaning trend, wait until you see how it compares to what's probably sitting under your sink right now. SAO versus bleach, the head-to-head. It's time to settle the question everyone is curious about. How does this water-based solution actually stack up against bleach, one of the most common disinfectants? Let's break it down. Speed, power, safety, and real-world effectiveness. And we will start with speed and power. The truth is, bleach works through oxidation too, but it is slow, very slow. It has to penetrate the germ cell wall of a microorganism, then deactivate the enzymes inside, and that can take anything between 2 to 10 minutes of contact time to achieve 99.99 kill rate. Ozone doesn't mess about. It's an oxidation potential of around 2.07 volts compared to bleach's 1.36 volts. Let me explain what that actually means. Think of it like a chemical wrestling match where disinfectants are trying to steal something vital from the germs. The volts are the power level. Imagine, every disinfectant has a strength rating measured in volts. Higher volts equals a stronger attack. Think of it like a video game character's attack power. The more volts, the harder, faster, and more destructive the attack is against the germ. Ozone at 2.07 volts is like a super strong punch. It can instantly destroy the germ's outer layer and shut down its insides. It is incredibly fast. Bleach at 1.36 volts is like a strong shove. It has to slowly break down the germ's defenses and work its way inside to stop its engines. It takes more time. The way these disinfectants kill germs is through oxidation, which is really just electron stealing. Germs like bacteria and viruses need tiny parts called electrons to keep their cells running, like electricity running a device. Disinfectants like bleach and ozone are built to steal those electrons. When a disinfectant steals an electron, that's oxidation. When the germ loses its electrons, its essential parts like its cell wall and the enzymes that let it eat and breathe get damaged and stop working. The germ dies. So, the volts tell you how aggressive and fast the disinfectant is at stealing life support electrons from the germ. Ozone has a higher volt rating, so it's like super fast chemical attack that destroys the germs in seconds, while bleach is steady, strong attack that takes a few minutes to get the job done. And because of that extra power, ozone is estimated to be anywhere from 10 to 3000 times faster at killing pathogens than chlorine-based disinfectants. That big range just means this. It depends on the type of germs, the concentration of the ozone and the temperature and how long you leave it in contact. But the simple takeaway is that ozone does the same job in seconds that bleach often needs minutes to do. We are talking 30 to 60 seconds to achieve that same 99.999% kill rate, a 5-log reduction against bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, MRSA, and even viruses like norovirus. Ozone isn't just fast, it's more powerful, effective against chlorine-resistant pathogens like Cryptosporidium, which bleach struggles with. But here is the question everyone should be asking: can germs get used to this and becomes resistant like they do to antibiotics? The short answer: no. Antibiotics works like very specific tool. They block one tiny machine inside the germ. Over time, some germs learn how to work around that. Ozone doesn't work like a tool. It works like more lightning strike. It doesn't target one small part, it attacks everything at once. The outer skin of the germ, the inside, and the bits that keeps it alive by actually ripping electrons away. This is not something a germ can learn to survive. You can't adapt to being pulled apart. That's why strong oxidizers like ozone have been used for decades in drinking water and hospitals without creating superbugs. And that's actually one of the biggest advantages: safety. And while ozone can take down germs fast, thoroughly, and safely without creating superbugs, bleach, well, it's a completely different story. Bleach is corrosive, toxic, and requires PPE. It burns your skin, irritates your lungs, and if you mix it with the wrong chemical, say an acidic cleaner, you can create a chlorine gas, which can literally kill you. And if you think that's scary, it actually gets worse. A 20-year Norwegian study tracking over 6,000 people found that regular exposure to conventional cleaning chemicals caused the same lung damage as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day for 20 years. Think about that. Your cleaning cupboard could be as dangerous to your lungs as a pack-a-day smoking habit. And it's not just bleach that's putting your lungs at risk. Think about all the other products in your home. The aerosol sprays, the ammonia-based glass cleaner, the air freshener that pumps volatile organic compounds into your home. These products are pumping volatile chemicals into the air and damaging your respiratory system every single time you use them. Now, compare this to SAO. The safety data sheet is typically 000. That's zero health hazard, zero fire hazard, zero reactivity hazard. For normal use, you typically don't need gloves or goggles. It's safe to touch and it's certified safe for food contact surfaces with no rinsing required. Now, let me be clear. Gaseous ozone in the air, is a lung irritant and dangerous at high level concentrations. But a properly designed SAO system keeps the ozone dissolved in water and ensures off-gassing levels stay well below occupational exposure limits. We are talking less than 0.01 parts per million, which is roughly 10 times lower than the OSHA limit. And it gets even better when you look at the environmental impact. Bleach leaves behind toxic residue. It creates byproducts like trihalomethanes, known carcinogens, when it reacts with organic matter. It contributes to water pollution. And every bottle you buy is another piece of single-use plastic. SAO, it breaks down into just water and oxygen. That's it. No residue, no rinsing, no pollution, no plastic waste if you're generating it on site. Now, here's the part that most people get completely wrong: surface damage. Bleach is brutal. It corrodes metals, discolors fabrics, and damages finishes over time. SAO is a far gentler. It is safe on stainless steel, glass, chrome, marble, ceramic, and most plastics. The one exception, natural rubber. Ozone degrades natural rubber aggressively. So if you're using it in equipment with rubber gaskets, like some of the floor scrubbers, you will need to replace those with ozone resistance materials like, I think it's called Viton or Viton. If we are talking pure sanitizing power, speed, safety and environmental impact, SAO is significantly superior to bleach. But let's talk about limitations. I'm not here to sell you a miracle product. SAO is impressive, but is not a silver bullet for every cleaning challenge. Now, let's be honest about what it can't do. First, lime scale. SAO is powerful oxidizer, not an acid. It won't remove lime scale or hard water deposits. For that, you need an acidic cleaner, citric acid vinegar or commercial descaler. 2. Heavy baked on grease. SAO is excellent for daily degreasing. It oxidizes oils and breaks them down. But if you got heavy baked on grease like in a commercial kitchen hood, you are going to need a specialized alkaline degreaser to cut through that quickly. 3. Organic stains. SAO is brilliant at breaking down organic stains: coffee, wine, blood, mildew, food dyes. It works similarly to hydrogen peroxide or bleach, but without the color damage or residue. As a stain remover, it is genuinely excellent. 4. Clean surface first. Also, like any disinfectant, it works best on a clean surface. If something is thick with dirt, grease or grime, you still need to wipe it down or scrub it first. SAO is a disinfectant and everyday cleaner, not a replacement for physical cleaning when surfaces are heavily soiled. So, SAO replaces all-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, kitchen sanitizer, deodorizer. You still need acid cleaner for lime scale, heavy degreaser for baked on grease. And here is where it gets really interesting. Some of the biggest institutions in the world are already using this technology. Who is using this? SAO isn't some fringe technology. It's already being used in hospitals and healthcare facilities to reduce chemical exposure for staff and patients, eliminate residue that causes slip and fall incidents, and maintain extremely high hygiene standards without creating super bugs. Schools and university use it to create safer environments for children and reduce the risks of asthma triggers from harsh chemicals. Food service operations use it because it's certified safe for food contact surfaces and requires no rinsing. Even commercial facilities are looking to replace dozens of chemicals with a single on-demand solution. Now, think what that could mean for your home. You could clear out the entire toxic cupboard under your sink. The bleach, the ammonia glass cleaner, the aerosol air fresheners pumping VOCs into your kids' lungs, the antimicrobial spray. All of it gone, and replace it with just water and oxygen. And the best part, it is becoming increasingly available for home use. Small handheld battery-powered SAO generators let homeowners replace their cabinet full of toxic cleaners with one safe, residue-free solution. The catch: cost and practicality. Of course, as amazing as this sounds, there is a reality check you need to know about. SAO systems require an upfront investment. For home use, you are looking at around £260 for a handheld unit. For small commercial system, around 1,500. That's significantly more than a bottle of cleaner. But here's the upside. The ongoing costs are minimal. No more buying, shipping, storing and disposing of dozens of chemical products. Instead, you are using tap water, a bit of electricity and replacing a cartridge every few months. For a facility, the return of investment is clear. For a homeowner, it might be a bigger ask, but if you care about reducing chemical exposure for your family, cutting plastic waste and simplifying your cleaning routine, it's definitely worth considering. Especially when you remember that Norwegian study. Is it worth £260 upfront to protect your lungs from 20 years of cigarette equivalent damage? The other limitation is stability. Even stabilized ozone has a shelf life. It is not like bleach, which can sit on a shelf for years. SAO is designed to be generated on demand and used within an effective time frame. So, you will need to plan your cleaning accordingly. Up to 24 hours for sanitizing, up to 6 days for cleaning, depending on the system you use. So, is this a viable solution? I genuinely believe SAO is one of the most promising alternatives to chemical-heavy cleaning for most everyday sanitizing and cleaning tasks. Is it perfect? No. You will still need specialized chemicals for specific jobs. But as a replacement for your daily all-purpose cleaner, your glass spray, your kitchen sanitizer, your stain remover and your deodorizer, SAO does all of that safely, effectively and without leaving a trace. And the cleaning industry, they're not exactly rushing to tell you about this, because if you can generate your own cleaning solutions from just tap water, you're not buying their bottles anymore. You're not subscribing to their refill services, you're not replacing products every month. You're just done with them. And the fact that it is simply just water and oxygen, that's not a gimmick. That is genuinely impressive technology. If you're a facility manager, a business owner, or even a homeowner who is sick of storing cupboard full of toxic cleaners, this is worth looking into. And if you want to have a proper conversation about what cleaning products actually work, why they work, and whatever something like SAO makes sense for your facility or home, book a call with me. The link is in the description. I'm always happy to talk through the science and the practicalities without the sales pitch. At the end of the day, cleaning shouldn't be complicated, it shouldn't be toxic, and it definitely shouldn't be full of marketing nonsense. This is real, this is science, and this is one of the most viable solutions we have. I'm Antoni from EcoDrift. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming that cut through the BS and show you what actually works in cleaning. Thanks for watching.